describes the need for a person to kind of become more balanced in their masculine and feminine energy, and maybe even make a decision about what that new balance should look like if they are making a change in any kind of way to what has previously existed in their life. So this is a reading that isn't really about any one thing in specific, and more about like a general overtone and theme of your life right now, where you're kind of deciding who you are, and that kind of seems like it's something that is different from who you used to be. And the reading is about like deciding whether or not you're creating purpose or serving purpose. So I would encourage anyone who's like listening to this right now to kind of figure out whether or not right now they are creating or serving purpose, just so they can know like whether or not their answer to the question is going to be changing in the future. So if I went back like maybe like 3 years before like I started this business and I was working at a daycare, I would probably be serving more purpose than I was creating at that time, because I was allowing myself to be a vessel for a purpose that already kind of existed. Like, I went on Indeed, I saw that there was an opening for a 2-year-old lead teacher. I applied, I got the job, I played the role. That's more like serving purpose. So moving forward in my life, when I began to like kind of become an entrepreneur, I was then creating the purpose, because every single day I'm deciding what energy I'm transmitting and like relaying back to you guys. So regardless of where you're finding yourself in this and the reason why you're finding yourself in this is just a time when you need to like think about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and how you're getting from point A to point B in terms of your own personal trajectory and what you see that being for yourself. Because you don't want to like kind of fall asleep at the wheel in a sense here. And some of us like are at risk of doing that when we kind of get complacent with what our current balance of um, being a spiritual person in theory is, and then being a spiritual person in practice. Because I think it could be true that for a lot of us, we want to find our purpose and fulfill it. So if you're not feeling like you're in alignment with that being true for yourself, that you live in your purpose and you're fulfilling your purpose in your life, then this could be a good time to like really start to think about that question. Am I creating enough personal purpose in order to feel fulfilled by my life? Or am I submitting to being told kind of how to create fulfillment for myself? Because I think a lot of times like the reason why people fall into that like complacency is because they don't want to put in the effort to figure out what would be better. So if you're in this energy and you're finding this video, there's a good chance that you're like one of the few people who are actually going beyond what is like just enough. Like, I think if most people are chasing material world satisfaction, payoffs, things like that, it doesn't really seem like that's what motivates you here. But it does seem like all those things come naturally as a result to you finding purpose and fulfilling it, whether or not you're serving or creating it. Because not everyone's meant to be creating dominant, right? Like, if you are divine feminine dominant, then you probably will create more. If you're divine masculine dominant, you probably will serve more. And it's up to like, you know, you to decide what you feel like you resonate as and where you feel like you would be most comfortable in this energy. It's like I said, like in the past I definitely have been more divine masculine dominant. Like I was academic for a lot of my early life, and then after that I worked for a lot of other people. But now that I've created my own community that surrounds what I perceive to be my purpose, I no longer have to be as strongly connected to like networking holes, which even gives me even more freedom. I think another point of struggle here for some people in the collective could be like understanding where you want to go but not knowing how to get there from where you are. Like knowing that you're someone special but not knowing how to communicate that specialness to the people around you so they can recognize it and celebrate it. And that's like this divine feminine energy in imbalance. Because when the divine feminine energy is in balance, it's not very confident in its value, so it doesn't present itself in its value. And so it just kind of remains like potential energy. It's like the genie outside of the bottle. It's not really being used or harnessed towards any purpose. And it just kind of feels like wasted energy in that mode. So if you're like a creative person, you want to kind of move into a more creative career, or just see some like passive growth happen in your life, where like opportunities are coming to you for what you have to offer to them, this could be a good time to like maybe like create marketing avenues. And if you're a divine masculine, right, like if you're the one looking for jobs, and you want to see your applications perform better, there could be something about like changing the way that it looks, like, you know, like getting creative in the presentation of yourself as a tool. So how I'll apply that even as an entrepreneur, because I'm both divine masculine and divine feminine, even though I am feminine dominant, at least in career anyways, my divine masculine is like my website where you book. It's the vessel for my services, how I present them to the world to be like, hey, this is who I am, this is what you can get from me. So if I want to see expansion in that, if I want to like pull in more bookings, maybe I might want to like change how my website's designed to like fit myself and my aesthetic more accurately, so people who are meant to align with me can see me and that expression of myself and know like, yeah, this is the right place for me to book, specifically because of how I see myself in this person. But even if it's not like a booking site and like you really work in like corporate America, this could be like even the energy of networking with your boss, you know, putting in the time to like understand who they are and how you can better meet their needs, so that they can understand why it would be beneficial to promote you into positions of authority where you can demonstrate your ability to meet the needs of the system at play. Yeah, I feel like you need to kind of consider these things, because there could be like a need to adjust in some kind of way that would allow you to see some like, I don't know, doors open, or more harmonious relationships, if not like in romance, then maybe like in your career, just in the world around you. It feels like the more you like consider this question, maybe even consistently throughout your life, like beyond just this video, and like in next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years, like keep asking yourself this, like, am I creating or am I serving? How much of both am I doing? And is that balanced? Is a good way to kind of make sure that you're staying in alignment with some of your highest timelines, because those highest timelines require and rely upon like an extreme level of personal balance. So if you want to like, let's say your projected peak is like all the way up here, but like if you're complacent, you might hit like right here. You want to like analyze this question for the ways that the answer can get you closer to your highest projected peak. Like you can perform better when you're more efficient. So this is a energy where you're being prompted into refining your own personal systems to be the most efficient person that you can be in order to get the most productive outcomes in life. Okay, this honestly doesn't have to be like a long reading. I just want to talk about that real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and move into the next one. So thanks for watching this. I hope this helped, and bye.